Okay, morning everyone. Welcome briefing on Thursday the 24th. When you listen to the BBC forecast, you're sort of trying to be optimistic about it, and then the words, and it's going to be windier than yesterday. That really brought my shoulders down to a slump before I left the house. But now, actually, having looked at the forecast, it is going to get windy later, but I think we've got some time before this front gets here and the wind starts to pick up during the sort of early afternoon, I think, and then mid-afternoon really windy. That's not to say it isn't windy at flying heights. It certainly looks that way from the 214. So what have we got? More southwesterly than yesterday. At the moment, it's currently pretty much down 2-3 by the looks of it. And as we go along, that cold front comes in, the isobars are compacting, and the wind strength increasing. The cold front here, they're showing it over Devon and Cornwall at 12 o'clock. I think it's actually a bit closer than that just at the moment. You'll see that from the rainfall radar. And that'll whiz through, but it doesn't look like it's going to get through till late afternoon. So it could be a morning only and then an afternoon write-off. And tomorrow, a little bit nicer, pleasant. So should be a good Friday. But the weekend's looking a tad unsettled with sort of various fronts lining themselves up to come towards us. Today's fairly low. Low pressure's gone up a little bit since yesterday, but still quite unstable out there with showers popping up in places. Never good news when Farnborough tasks more than approaches 2 lines. Key points on that one, mainly the wind direction. I think 10 to 15 knots generally to start off with, but becoming certainly later, sort of 15 gusts in 25, maybe a bit more than that. And this is when they're sort of saying hit and miss on when the front's going to get here, but when it does start to approach, it'll pick up to sort of 20 gusting 35 with the approaching rain. So and in between that bit here, 8,000 meter showers and rain, they're going to pop up at any time, and you'll see on the rainfall radar where they are at the moment. So upper winds, it is going to be really, really strong, folks. It's been a while since I've seen 40 to 50 knots in these boxes here. And certainly the BBC was suggesting 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts as the front goes through. So it's certainly going to be windy when we're flying. From the south, by the looks of it, it's all driving up from that direction. I think other forecasts show it a little bit more southwesterly than that, but they all show the same sort of picture. Satpic doesn't really show a sort of definite frontal line. I think this is the edge of it, but there's rain in here and bits of rain and showers in there, and it's overcast here at sort of mid-levels, which is this stuff that we're seeing now. So I think as the day goes on, we might see lowering cloud, and then more evidence of showers. As you can see, this is essentially the main band of the front here, which is still quite a way away, but there's showers feeding in. I think we'd be unlucky to catch one of those by the looks of it. But at some point, we are going to catch this, and the wind be picking up as the day goes on. Temperature-wise, might feel a fraction warmer than yesterday, but it's still thick coat weather, 11, 12 degrees at best, I think. Pretty windy out there. There's going to be a bit of a wind chill. Top Meteo giving this sort of picture. So this is the cloud we're seeing at the moment, 10 o'clock, mid-level stuff. Front still well out to the west. Play it through a couple of hours, and we're starting to see showers by 12, 1 o'clock coming towards us, if not actually getting to us. And then the main band of the front, sometime 2, 3 o'clock, is over us. Their prediction on the rain is by sort of 10 o'clock, it's massing in the West Country. And then by about 2, 3 o'clock, it's actually got to us. Let's just have a look at the wind strength they're giving at sort of 1,500 feet by sort of 10 o'clock. And those sort of red bands are up in the 40 knots plus. So I think to start off with, flying heights 25, 30 knots maybe, but certainly by 11, 12 o'clock, that sort of flying heights 35 to 40 knots potentially around us. So pretty strong, folks. K21s only, definitely. Okay, we'll look at airspace then. How we're going to set up. So locally, no, nothing relative to us. Important. This one here is just flare firing, but it's well to the east of us. Won't be an issue. There's nothing else going on in this particular area that I can see. And I don't think you're going to have many GA traffic out flying today somehow. So probably quiet on that front. Operationally, we're going to be on 2-3. So we'll have the sort of normal setup. Launch point vehicle just in on the edge of the runway. Cables will come down the side here. Then you've got the winch gliders here, launch point vehicle, and then the aero towing just from the edge, if we do any, from the edge of the grass. And landing, well, it's just going to be round here and normal 2-3 operation. Grass is going to be a little bit soggy, but the grass on this side should be fine. I think we're just going to say have K21s out. There is a potential departure at 1300 hours of an A321, but I think by the time that happens, we'll be packed up and done. For today, it really looks like it's potentially a morning slot only. Okay, so that's about it, folks. I think have a cup of tea and then get the gliders out, or finish your tea anyway, and we'll start getting the kit out.